Hello everyone, it is Thursday and it's time for another Facebook Live. I missed y'all last week, but I was driving to my dad's up in Kansas, but we are back this week. We are playing with a new, I call them mega suites. This one comes with 2 bundles, an embossing folder, ribbon, and embellishments. So let me get this shared over to my page and then we'll get started. Whoops. So if you are new to my Facebook Live, we make something fun almost every week, and then I give away what we make the next week. So 2 weeks ago we made this pretty card, and so I will tell you at the end who won that. And then next week somebody will win this. I may not have a Facebook Live next week. Again, I have a friend coming in from Canada and we're going to a cross-stitch class, so yeah, sorry, I'm gonna have to miss another week. All right, let me get this shared. I can't do 2 things at once. All right. There we go. Now it's posted over there. Let me get back over where I was. Okay. We're ready to start. So this is, like I said, I call it a mega suite. So this is just kind of the spread in the first pages in the catalog. I like that they show you the colors that are used. And then the next page will show you everything that's included. So you have these 2 bundles, and I'll show you cards using all of that. This beautiful paper. This embossing folder, which is kind of hard to see. And these are called pressed flower motifs, and then the basic beige ribbon. So all of that is in this mega suite. Now I know there was something missing. I don't know if this is available at the moment. We do still have, hang on, I'm going to try and see if I can check real quick for you. We do still have a suite sale going on. So let me type this in and see if this whole suite is available. So this sale is going on until the end of, no, it's not available. So one of the pieces, probably one of the embellishments, either the ribbon or the pressed flower motifs, are not available. So this one you can't use the whole suite as a part of the sale. But if you wanted these 2 bundles, you could buy one bundle and get the other one half off. Just be careful and don't add the paper to the order, or it'll make the paper half off, because it does whatever is the cheapest. That's what it gives you, the half off. Okay. If you have any questions, just reach out and I can help you with it. All right, let's get busy making this. So I am using the beautiful motif bundle today. So I'm using, the only stamping we're doing is the sentiment and these dies. So this die does not cut everything out. It just cuts around the leaves, and then you can kind of pop them up a little bit, but it doesn't cut all of them out. And these 2 are the same way. Now these 2 fully cut out those images, but that's kind of fun. That's what I used on this card. The other bundle that comes in this is a beautiful floral bundle. It's called Gallery Blooms. So it has these beautiful floral stamps. And then I'll show you some cards after with the frame that's in this. So it has dies that will cut out those floral images, and then some standalone dies. And then it has this beautiful frame die. So I'll show you. That's one die, and it cuts out 2 frames. So I'll show you some cards using that when we're done making this card. And then, to me, the star of the show is this paper. So obviously I have been using mine, but it is just gorgeous. And then the back, nope, that's not quite the one we're using today, but these beautiful scenery, and you could just frame them. That's just a nice line drawing. I have seen that first one with the roses. I have seen people, that's the one we're using. I have seen people just, that one, just frame it. It's so beautiful. Some more scenery. Some sketches. This one I wanted to be sure you saw everything because it's so beautiful. And I like how the back is just kind of a motif, or not the scenery. That's just a nice graded. Here's some more roses. Some more roses. And I love the painted look these all have. A map. A nice cottage. Another. And if you're ever not sure what colors are in your paper, on the back it lists them all out. So that's what I use when I'm getting ready to play with a new paper or bundle. I'll look at that and see what colors it uses, and that's what I use. All right, so let's make this. This will be a quick and easy card because the only stamping we're doing is our sentiment. I'm stamping it in Mossy Meadow. It just says celebrate, so you could use this for lots of different things. There we go. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to set that aside for a moment. Now I have 2 pieces of ribbon, and I forgot to mention on my blog, shortly after this video is done, this live video is done, then I will post all the dimensions for everything, including the ribbon, so you don't have to worry about trying to figure out what it is. Excuse me, let me get a drink of water. Okay, see if that's better. So I'm going to just take a shorter piece of ribbon. Oh, I don't think we saw that one, but look at this. I always hate to cover them up. Shorter piece of ribbon, and just wrap it around, and you can use your snail, or I like to just use some Scotch tape. Oops. And just tape that to the back. And then that is ready to put on our card base. Oops. I forgot to grab all my adhesive. All right, so let's put this on. Make sure it's opening the right way. All right, and then this guy, we'll just add our celebrate to the bottom of it. So just kind of over the stem. And then I put, and you want to kind of pop your leaves up a little bit. You know, don't be too forceful. You don't want to tear them, but just so there's a little dimension there. And I use dimensionals, just one in each corner, to put this on the card. And we'll put it over to the right a little bit. And then this is going to go under here, and we're going to tie a bow with it. Now you don't have to tie a bow. If you would rather just tie a knot, you can do that. But I wanted a bow on this one. Come here. It's not cooperating. There we go. It's always harder to do things on camera. Come on. And just mess with it until you get it the size, and there we go. Let's trim that a little bit. All right, and then the last piece is our embellishment. So like I said, this is a quick and easy card, and these are pretty weighty. So they're a decent weight embellishment. So I decided I would put them where you could see them better. If I put them on the green, you wouldn't be able to see them as well. So we'll put one on there, one there, and then one more over here. All right, and that is it. So there is our quick and easy card. So next week, somebody will win that. Let me show you some of the other cards that I made with this. So let me get them. Okay. So these first four are cards that were a part of a class I had last week. And it was my product-based class, which means everybody got the ribbon, the embellishments, and the paper as a part of the class. And then I gave them the supplies to make these four cards, and I just dropped one. So there's that one. So that uses the bigger frame, and I embossed it with that damask embossing folder. You can kind of see that. And then it's just the designer series paper. So that paper, you don't need to add a lot to it. This is the version of the card I just made today that we did in class. So different designer series paper and colors. And then these are the last two, and this is showing you the frame. So when you use that frame die cut, it cuts out both of these frames, and then of course you have a piece in the middle of this that you can use for something too. But this is one of the beautiful florals. This has the damask behind it. It's kind of hard to see. It's so dark. This is a Secret Sea and cloud cover. And again, this one, just the frame around a part of the designer series paper, an embellishment, a little bit of ribbon. So this paper makes it really easy. This one uses some more of the dies that are in that floral set. And then I did stamp on this frame. So those are the cards we made in class. And then because we used this big frame on this card, I had a whole bunch of small frames out of the pecan pie. And so I made the thank you cards using the small frame. Again, I embossed it. And it's just another piece of the designer series paper. So, I mean, this is super simple, but that makes just beautiful cards with that designer series paper. All right. So last time, 2 weeks ago, we made this card, and the winner of this is Betty. So I will get that to her. Okay, it'll be 2 weeks again. I apologize. A friend of mine is coming to visit from Canada, and we're doing cross-stitch class, and she gets in Thursday, and we've got all these things to do, so I will not be able to do a Facebook Live next Thursday. So unless I decide to do it earlier in the week, we'll see. But I will not be here next Thursday. I'll be with her. So if not next week, sometime earlier than 2 weeks, we'll give this card away. Oh, and I forgot to show you, I did make a little tag that I put on there. I always give them a little package of candy. And so this was the tag I'd made to go on there. And yeah, you can kind of see I put Wink of Stella on that. So it's just some die cuts, a little bit of cloud cover ribbon. That's some of the paper. So easy, easy. Okay, that's it. I will see you probably in 2 weeks. All right, thanks so much for joining me. Bye.